on a tour or two, they may say, you know what, we want you back at Bethesda, we want you at Balboa, San Diego, to, as a professor here, working with our, as a, what's the term? I just lost it, for the teacher of the physicians.
The teacher.
The chief surgeon or whatever. I don't know. See, I told you I'm a cop, but basically, they could bring you back as an instructor as well. I mean, basically, they're going to give you, a list of options, just like they did after you finish residency. And every time it's time to move, they'll do the same thing. Now, I will tell you, the military is a pyramid. All the lieutenants are at the bottoms, and all the admirals are at the top. And the closer you get to the top, the fewer places you get to go. Okay? I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing, the senior you are. But, you may not get to go to all the other places you want to go. They may put you in one of the big 3 hospitals because they want your expertise there. So, and what else?
But you do still move every 3 years.
Well, yes, but here's what I would say to that. Let's say that you go to Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, to the Naval Hospital for 3 years, and you don't want to leave the area, and they have an opening at the field hospital. A field hospital simply means it's one that's mobile that will deploy with a Marine battalion or a Marine expeditionary unit. You can always move over to that hospital and stay there for 6 years instead of having to move geographically. The same thing could happen in Norfolk and San Diego. So you may transfer. When I say transfer, it's not necessarily a geographic transfer. It's a command transfer. So you could stay in one place for 6 years. Just depends. Yeah.
The Army guy told me that after you got out of residency, you're looking at about 5 years to a promotion. Is that about the same in the Navy?
Let me do the math in my head.
Captain to major, which would be, I guess, 03 to 04.
Depends. Well, he's saying that basically you're going to be in for about, I thought it was 6 total years from lieutenant to that. So it honestly depends on how short your residency is. If you do a 3-year residency, it might be 5 years after. But if you're doing a 4, I want to say it's closer to 4 years. I think it's 8, to be honest.
Okay.
So I can find out. That's an easy one. When I send the emails out, you send me an email back, hey, can you tell me about this promotion deal? And that's an easy one for me to figure out.
All right.
So, what else? Who didn't sign up on my list? I know somebody did.
Everybody have a chance to sign up.
Everybody needs to be on it, because otherwise they're going to think I took a bunch of people out to watch football and drink beer and eat pizza, which I didn't do.
Okay.
Anything else? You good? Done?
I just always put in my little 2 cents, and this is my advice to you guys, this is an awesome opportunity, but you need to realize that it's not for everybody. You need to, I say 3 things. You need to be able to wear that uniform, and if you're for some reason, have problems about, the government and us being in the military and being, but if you're going to wear the uniform, you need to respect the government. You need to be, willing to do that. And some people have hang-ups with that. The other thing is that you've got to be able to move. You got to go from place to place, and then you got to be able to be told what to do. So Rodney was saying, you heard him say a couple of times, yes, but no. Okay, so oftentimes you get options, but who's in charge? Uncle Sam is in charge. Once you sign that line, you belong to the government, and you give up a certain amount of your freedom, and you're going to have to be willing to be told to do certain things that you might not want to do. And you might be led to think that you're going to get something where they're going to say, yes, but you can't do that now. We'll give you these options, and you're not going to necessarily always, but how much is that different from real life in a way? It's really not that much, but it is an awesome offer, and some of you might want to take advantage of this for sure. So
You brought
this is the man.
By the way, about going to some place or another. I'm working with someone right now, and she's actually going to go to Virginia, but they were talking about Japan. It was going to be her first tour in the Navy, and she wasn't real comfortable with it, and it ended up working out. She's an occupational therapist, but it worked out that they were able to get her to Virginia. But I told her, I said, look, if you're taking someplace that they say is hard, we can't get anybody else to take it, you end up kind of being owed on the backside, and they will put in our system, they'll put notes in there that, you know, I asked them to take this job because no one else would do it, and they said yes. So if you happen to transfer out, the person that comes in behind you, there's kind of, it's an unwritten rule that you'll honor the agreement that you made. Like I've done that with folks as well as a detailer. And I tell people all the time, you know, I've been in forever, you know what, ask the detailer where they really need someone to go to. And get on the detailer's good side, make them owe you. So there's lots of ways to get what you want and to get where you want, but he hit the nail on the head. You've got to be flexible, and you've got to understand that, you know, you don't get your way all the time. So, and you know, I've lived in lots of places, and some of those places were not my first choice. Japan was my first choice. Diego Garcia was not my first choice, but I loved it. I was there. I was supposed to be there for a year. I did 28 months there. I extended. So, you know, some places, you know, if you come into this deal, whether it's the Army, Air Force, or Navy, you're going to be invited to go to some places, and sometimes you're going to go, oh crap, I can't believe, and then you're going to get there and go, wow, this is cool. So, but always ask people about stuff. And like I said, for me, if you want me to put you in touch with somebody that's an HPSP at MUSC, USC, a school up north, seriously, because we get a list of all the people across the country, we can put you in touch with folks. That way you can, because they're going to tell you, you know, this part is really great, this part really blows. You know, there's not a lot of bashful people in this stuff. They'll tell you the truth. So, but thank you for your attention.
I'm sure, Sergeant, is it, what's your title?
Master Chief.
Master Chief, I'm sorry.
Shoot
I
him,
know,
shoot him.
I know.
No.
I knew that was wrong when he came out. Master Chief Dilts will stay and visit and talk with anybody that would like to for a while longer, but those of you that are free to go, please feel free to do so. If you guys want to continue, I'm sure he's willing to hang out.
I'll go for a little bit.
But there's pizza, please, he said.
Yeah, I'm not taking it, so.
So if you want to take pizza back to the dorm with
Did
you or
everybody
your
get one of those?
apartment, please do.